We, yes, me plus you, don't touch grass anymore. Don't act like that screen time hasn't been outrageous for the past few years. You're not fooling anybody scrolling through whatever for no other reason than being bored. And I am so tremendously guilty of it, it's outrageous, to the point where I recently had to make a decision. I've deleted nearly every social media app I've ever owned and now mostly use YouTube. Which, look, I'm a YouTuber and I enjoy making content. It's my dream career, so I'll have to deal with the reality that I may never be able to kick the addiction. And yes, I'm calling it an addiction. As people, I think we're addicted to the constant influx of content, and when our brains don't get that, it's like a chemical reaction that's missing an ingredient. I guess you could call those withdrawals. Constantly reaching and turning on your phone, opening and closing several different apps looking for some type of stimulation. Shoot, that could just be my brain, but I don't know. But anywho, into the story. It was like any normal day. Wake up, get on my phone, immediately open TikTok after checking my analytics, and before I knew it, I blinked and 3 hours had flew by. So I find myself just scrolling, you know, the usual. My For You page sending me all the most negative stuff on the planet all at once, completely frying my receptors to shocking information. On one hand, actually I can't think of any positives here, but in the middle of me doom scrolling, I had a thought. I had a genuine out-of-body thought. You know, the ones where you feel like you can see your life happening as if you're in the third person? Yeah, that type of thing. I had an epiphany, if you will. A sudden realization that it's pitch black and I'm sitting here scrolling on my phone. No sunlight, no communication, no actual thinking besides what's being fed to me by this algorithm, which got me to thinking, how in the world did we get here? How did we make it to a world where it's normal to watch a screen for hours in a day and barely go outside? I know you're pretty much screaming the answer in your head. Yeah, it's technology. Everything's about technology. Ironically, our biggest tool and our biggest weapon. An interesting duality that is. On one hand, I'm a YouTuber, so by default, I'm already spending mad time inside working on stuff, which is a stark contrast from when I was forced to go outside and go to school. Then I quit my job a few months ago to focus on YouTube, and I regret absolutely nothing. Best year of working hands down, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, but maybe it's working against me. See, on the other hand, it can turn you into a recluse, which I already was, to the point where I've been so locked in that I've forgotten to eat at times. Imagine going outside and your eyes hurting because they're so not used to the sunlight. That's a devastating thing to feel because, I don't know, it feels unnatural. Obviously, I'm grateful for the position I'm in, but sometimes it feels like technology is my life and not the other way around, and I don't think that's for no reason. When I was younger, going outside was my pride and joy. I was a kid, and I was barely even using technology like that except for watching TV and sometimes getting on my mom's laptop. I was constantly outside every single day, in the sun, running, playing, doing flips, just being a kid. Then when I look around in the present day, and don't get me wrong, kids are still playing outside, but I don't think I've seen a group of kids playing outside constantly every single day without fail since. But when I got my first official gaming system that I could call my own, it was over. No more going outside for me. I was playing Fortnite every single day, non-stop for hours, barely moving my body and barely getting any sunlight. Technology, at least at this point in time, is designed for maximum convenience and ease of use, which I guess that is just technology. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to scroll through 1,000 videos or play a game for 18 hours a day as life just passes you by. That's not to make anyone feel bad, just acknowledging that I've been there before and that I see absolutely nobody talking about it right now for some reason. It's weird, but I guess that's just because it's normal now. People with their necks bent down at their phones in public places because the phones give a place of escape, and I'm one of those people. I don't know, this video doesn't need to be overly long. I just want to know how y'all feel about the world as of right now, how people interact, how people don't interact, how are we letting technology guide us into the next era? Let me know. That's all for today though. Thanks for showing up.